November 18th, 2022. 8:30 in the morning. 55 degrees. It's Friday morning, about 6 days before Thanksgiving. Are you heading out of town? Today's the day. Some of you are going to procrastinate and do that 24-hour thing or 12-hour thing. Or just, oh crap, I gotta pee somewhere for Thanksgiving. Hey folks, welcome back. Friday morning, just a few days before big holiday. You know, if I may speak a little bit, I was going to go a whole different direction, but I saw someone that is still, that I know, and is still out here on the streets. So this kind of, actually I think this is kind of a good time to talk about this subject. Yes, Memorial Park. I used to sleep here when I was homeless. This table right here, this first table and the second table back there were kind of like our tables. We were kind of like, I don't know, it's weird. So, you know, oh, it's, Cal, what is this? Oh, it must be, what do you call it? Commodity giveaway for Thanksgiving or something. I think it looks like it. Anyway, I had a really good friend from my hometown. Wanted to basically know what I was doing for Thanksgiving. I'm so used to that whenever I start to work. And just have friends in general, especially around the workplace. And when they know that I'm alone, so, you know, I told them, I go, well, you know, I kind of already have it planned. You know, I bought tickets for a Disney premiere at the El Capitan, and I go, I don't really know, and I didn't really know until kind of like the other day, but still gonna go regardless. Yeah, I don't wait around for inviting. Look, something a long time ago when I was a teenager and lashing out and acting out against mom and her, parents, just like most of us teenagers do. I really pissed off my mom, I guess, that day, and we didn't have Thanksgiving. So actually, the thing is she was making it all day, all morning long, and everything. And then my buddies did our thing, and when we came back, my mom was packing the car away, and I'm like, what's going on? She told me she was gonna go celebrate with friends. I was like, it was like 15, 16. So, ever since then, I've pretty much been accustomed, especially after like a breakup of a relationship, or, hence the 2 divorces. I've gotten so used to it, it doesn't really faze me. But being out here is something different for a lot of us. It's a time of really bad depression and suicide, a lot of alcohol consumption. And then after the holidays, hey, what happened to some? Oh man, you know, person was just basically drowned in alcohol. You know, it's or just OD. You know, just hey, you know, and we always say, well, you know, it's the holidays. You know, instead of, you know, trying to give out the long explanation, the shortest one is, you know, what happened? Like, it's the holidays. Oh yeah, so let everyone else draw their own conclusion. It's just, it's a high time for suicide. And also amongst the house, you know, it doesn't matter if you're whatever, you're employed, unemployed. It's just something about it, you know, whatever the reason is, you know, it's just, I understand, I really do understand it. But in the long run, it's just not really, doesn't really benefit anybody. You're gonna leave not a good memory behind. You made your point, yes, but you're not gonna leave a really good memory behind, regardless of the situation. You know?
Lake Station. Lake Station. Allen Station. Sierra Madre Villa Station in East Pasadena.
Coming in is too looks like leaving California, as we all should be, screaming for sanctuary. Anyway, so just peanut butter. No, it looks actually it looks not too bad. But maybe this evening, everybody working the last Friday, getting their last hours in before payday. Maybe, I don't know. But, it's not too bad actually. It doesn't really bother me. Actually, if anything, whilst being homeless, I kind of looked forward to the holidays and stuff like that. Especially when it was during the week and up to the week leading up to it. Because the streets were empty, you know, and I could enjoy going somewhere and unabated. I had to worry about pedestrian traffic. Pedestrian. And it was just easier to get to places and stuff like that. I loved, especially like on Christmas and Thanksgiving, when I was homeless and doing my videos. like to cross over the freeway experience. I think I'll show. God, look at this. It's like a Twilight Zone movie or the day after type of scene. Look at it. Well, there's one car. This is busy. Holiday around here. Never car to be seen. So actually, I'm kind of hoping for today and tomorrow to be. Actually, I'm not hoping. I'm kind of expecting. Also in the background, hoping that'll be fairly okay. None too heavy. Maybe we can get some things cleaned up before the shop closes for the holidays and stuff like that. Especially during a holiday and we're getting shut down for a few days. The thing that working in a restaurant, it's extra cleaning day. We call it deep cleaning. I think terminology that was quickly used during the lockdown proceedings. We're gonna do a deep cleaning every night and sanitize. Yes. So, but in the restaurant business, you usually do because you just want to make sure that when you're coming back from the holidays, it's nice, crisp, and clean. Crisp and clean. I'm so old. I remember when these apartments weren't here, and it was still the utility company. I've always, even when my life was going really well and I didn't really have a bill to worry about, pay this, go there, hey, let's go out. I got the next round. Just, it was going so well, and this was after recovery after my mom's death and everything. And if anyone really, back when we were homeless out of our group, but then that's my story, that had anything, I don't want to say right, but not a reason. It's just, if anything, for an individual to use as an excuse or take a right in saying, well, I'm going to take my life because of this. You just don't know what I'm going through. That goes for everyone. You don't know what everybody else is going through, regardless of whatever your situation is. Whether you have a relationship or not, whether it's from your family. The thing is, you could raise children. You can take care of family and be the most intimate of whatever and know everything and thought you heard every single story from a best friend, a best bud. It doesn't matter. It's something within that individual that they just may never come to terms with. Or in a lot of cases, I think. Now, mind you, all this is my opinion, just from experiences, in still having to battle with depression and dealing with the whole Carla scenario. Again, if anyone wanted to use an excuse, or say anything after everything that's going on, it's still going into, third year, 4 now with all this, especially up until recently too. I couldn't. I just would let too many people down, namely my children, and depending on where I end up, I don't want my mom walking up to me, with open arms and all of a sudden just smacking me across the face with a chancla and saying, what did I tell you? Did you not learn? Really? Yeah, they're definitely back filming over here. Just another everyday occurrence living in California. So that means they'll probably have their services running over by where we are. So anyway, you know, but then again, you know, I could say it's not right. I don't think it's morally right. I don't think it's human. I remember, just even being a teenager. So perspectives change, life changes, our attitudes, and hopefully our life improves. But the main thing is, with having any bad experience, is that it doesn't really do any good to me, in my opinion, and learning from what I've been through in life. You got to learn from it. You know, I definitely don't subscribe to whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. No, because it doesn't matter how many times you've said that, and you've probably experienced it. I take that away from as a lesson learned. That expression, what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. That's what I take. Lived and learned. Now, be a little bit more mindful of yourself and everything that you do in that situation, in that mindset. So, but look, when I talk to people and stuff, God, you know, that's why I kind of like, you know, I like talking to you. You're so mature. Thank you, but it's taken, you know, from the time I was born, you know, it's taken 56 years, you know, ups and downs in life, you know, 2 failed marriages. But I don't have regrets. For me, failed marriage or not, at least, you know, 2 down, I've had the experience and the enjoyment of being married. I've had the enjoyment of the experience of seeing my children being born. Through the whole thing, the headache, throwing up, the messy diapers, and the ups and downs, the financial worry, you know, that comes with, first and foremost, instinctively, for the concern of the child. So, yeah, I couldn't change that. For me, it's just a different approach. It's just, the only thing that I do miss is, you know, every holiday, see an expression of the children for whatever gift and treat that they've gotten and stuff like that. So that's what I miss. And do I want anything for the holiday? I still want to be able to see about swinging and being able to afford a small rib boneless roast, because bone in, plus I don't have the room to make a little crown. Not in my convection toaster. It's only 12 by 12. But I can make a small rib roast. $7, $8, $10 cheaper. So, but other than that, for Christmas, the only thing, honestly, my big bummer is that, as a lot of you know, I like video games. So, and the 2 games that got me through the whole lockdown scene after getting off work, because we really couldn't do anything, and so many things closed down early, especially by the time I got off work. Everything was like closing down and stuff like that. So just to get home and, you know, close the door behind you and close the world after you. God of War 3 and what do you call it? Death Stranding. but I bought the new PS4 God of War Ragnarok and got all excited and proceeded to turn on the PS4 and it's not running. There might be a whole bunch of reasons. Might be vermin. But also I've had that thing since I moved in. I bought that. I started putting that only away when I was training at the Empire store. So it's what, 4 years old, without any incident, without being abusive, without, and I have, admittedly, like the typical gamer, have gone a few nights without forgetting to turn it off, powering it down, stuff like that. But I kind of also suspect. The last thing actually, I put in a Blu-ray in there, and it started making sounds, and I'm like, my first mind went to. So, and then I shut it down, and I hadn't thought about, turning it back on. I have blown it a few times out with the compressed air, a lot of pieces and stuff like that. So there are signs, but I turned it on, expected to sit down and play my video game, and it wouldn't work. So rather than spend the money, because it's way out of warranty, but rather than spend the money to send it back to Sony, and I don't want to do the YouTube hacks and stuff like that. I don't want to really ruin it. I'd rather do that. It shouldn't be too much, maybe about $100, but the system and everything that I want to get that's new and updated and stuff like that, especially now that new Death Stranding, I want to. Hopefully, the only thing I want for Christmas is a PS5. A bundle pack would be cool. I know. That's the only thing I want for Christmas. Everything else, a camera, my electronic equipment, I kind of like that for vlogging and stuff like that. I'd rather get more excited the video game system is more of a pleasurable item. More than Yep. They got it really set up there. Both back there. That's on the other side of that building, which is part of that property. And the main big top. I wonder if the back part's going to be for the food and the big one is going to be for sit down, or vice versa. Tis a beautiful day though. We are expected to actually, it's usually how it is, but for Thanksgiving going into next week, about low to mid 70s. Some areas probably higher, but it's definitely going to be a beautiful Thanksgiving week here in Southern California. Which is one of the reasons why so many people come up here. Which is, again, the reason why we have the Rose Bowl or the Rose Parade, because people that came out here write their folks back east and say, "No, Thanksgiving is beautiful." Oh, it can't be that great. And then in January, it's like, look at our weather. So, I think that was showing. It's gonna be nice. Look at that mountain range. I know so many of you would just love to see that. One of the foremost reasons I love living around here. So the backdrop is just beautiful. Maybe that's the name of the project that they're working on, Olivia. Time for work. Windows are kind of dirty, but Here's what the back part looks like. Sleeping security guard. That is it for Friday. Oh, all these movie shoots, living around here in California, being in California. See this every day. Oh. Sometimes when I've met friends from out of town, people, oh God, did you get, you get to see celebrities and stuff like that. Yeah, but for the most part, being around this and growing up and seeing all this, especially in my hometown, they would do a lot of commercials. There was a span in the late 70s to mid to late 80s where they were doing, McDonald's was doing a lot of commercials for over at our place, in our city. They would do Library Park and they would do the high school. Our high school is always being filmed because it's been in a lot of movies that y'all have seen. So, but this, you end up just getting jaded. It's just, you see a celebrity or whatever, it's like, oh, honestly, sometimes it's a little more exciting. For me, it is, at least. Going, this was back then, going to a club and meeting, celebrities. It's more, I don't know, it's more real that way. Hey, I didn't know you like this kind of music. Or, hey, thank you. I wouldn't get to see, yeah, you do. But, seeing them on someplace like this, it's just no freaking deal, 56 years old and I grew up seeing all this other stuff. My mom liked it. She got a chance to see, what are they doing? Oh, wow, this is old. They were filming Rockford Files, and she had a big crush on James Gardner, and James Gardner, during his break, came over to the flock of ladies, and my mom was one of them in the midst of the flock and just swooned. It was funny. Yeah, doing over here too. And in Pasadena, they're always, doing a lot of stuff. South Pasadena, because it's the ideal kind of setting that is very prominent looking because of the foliage and everything, so it can look like Michigan, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Wisconsin and stuff like that. So there's over there. Pretty cool, right? So bear in mind, my friends, I know the holidays can be really sucky for a lot of us, and even those, whether or not we're homeless, whether we're attached or not, for a lot of us, especially coming out of the lockdown and stuff like that. So having to readjust, it's tough. I know this. I'm not gonna, I don't say that I would never do that. I don't know. But given my surroundings and stuff like that, and you just never know. You could always say that you're a strong person, that you would never do anything so horrible, whatever. But I think after the last couple of years, we all can see now that humans, we're just very delicate in anything, and we're easily set off. Even the most, I would almost hate to think that situation like this would have even set off Mother Teresa or Gandhi to pick up a sword and just start going off, because these things are it's been so bad, So it's just, I understand. Try to reach out, The only thing I could probably say would be, you know, talk to friends or whatever. Just don't go there. You know, it's not worth it. You know, but I've been doing this for so many years. I know. But at the same time, I don't want to be a hypocrite and say, you know, honestly, you just never really know. I thought that I would never get off the street, and I did. And now the way that everything is going for me, I still feel like I'm not being heard, with the exception of you folks and my friends and stuff like that. I just want to snap and just take off and run away, but I can't, you know. I have so much that I want to show my daughter and my kids, you know, that I don't want to leave them with a taste on their tongue like, well, Dad did it. You know. You folks take care of yourselves, take care of each other, but always take care of yourselves first. Love one another, trust one another, be kind to each other, help one another. Don't take today for granted or any other day thereafter. Live for the moment. Pull your pants down and sip on that ice. Look. Just hold on. Just hold on. Bye. I love you guys.